The real reason why amateur golfers, high handicappers never improve their distance is simply because they are unable to control the club head at faster swing speeds. Now, to contribute to improved distance, we're going to focus on two factors today. Number one being the speed of the swing, and number two being the contact. Good contact maximizes your distance potential, but at slow swing speeds, you're not going to hit the ball as far as you should. And this is what separates the better players, the lower handicappers, all the way up to the tall players. They are able to control what the club head does and make solid contact with the golf ball at such high swing speeds. And we don't need to be training to swing the club as fast as they do, but just applying an extra bit of more speed effortlessly isn't going to do you any harm if we can hit the center of the club face most often. And if this is one of your first videos of mine, welcome, I'm Harry and I produce golf coaching content to help you improve your games every single week. And all I ask in return is for you to consider clicking that subscribe button below, as it helps me produce more content just like this one every single week. And it's also completely free to do. Let me show you a great drill for each aspect, taking a look at how we can increase our club head speed just to begin with. Now, increasing the club head speed, there are three things in particular we can change straight away to really help us gain more distance. The first one is the way we move the body. Then we're going to look at the pressure in the feet, how the pressure and ground reaction forces work, but also something called tension in the golf swing as well. So to begin with, taking a look at the body movements then. So I'm going to take this club here and place it across my shoulder, setting up to the golf ball. And you can see now I've got an alignment stick just on the inside of my trail heel. And what I notice so many high handicappers do, they'll get to the top of the swing and they'll struggle to get this butt end of the club to either point at the golf ball or the alignment stick on the floor. So it's so important as we begin to turn into the backswing that we're doing our very best to get this butt end of the club to point as close as we can to that alignment stick on the floor. That's going to allow you to get that bigger rotation, bigger turn into the backswing for a more powerful downswing. And that's really going to help you apply more speed into the golf ball. So once we get to the top, practicing that movement, getting as close to that stick on the ground as we can. The first movement on the way down is where we add this second part, the ground reaction forces. So adding more pressure into the ground. Now we all are aware that the sequencing of the downswing should start from the lower body. That's how we're going to generate most of our speed. So to generate most of this speed, I want you to delay the body turn on the way down and just simply squat. So we're not moving the body to start the downswing, we're just squatting down like so. And this initiates the pressure from the feet. This gets the lower body starting that downswing straight away. So we're turning up to the top, getting the body to work correctly, then we're squatting down. And then on the way through, we're allowing this rotation to take place, having the driver head pointing towards the ground. And as we're doing this, we're pushing back upwards and through, so the chest finishes more upwards as opposed to staying too low. So doing this all in one motion, butt end of the club to stick, squatting down, push up and rotate. Now taking the club and practicing this, I'm going to take my driver and place it on this side of the golf ball, and I'm going to practice just making my way up to the top, applying that big turn that I've just tried to feel there, and then squat down first. Now, one of the final points, tension I mentioned. Tension slows you down. Imagine if you've got someone out in front of you here and you're swinging a club and you just see them last minute and you stop. What's going to be applied to stop the club from hitting that person? It's going to be tension. If you do this really quick and stop, you have to apply tension to your arms to slow the club down. So when high handicappers or amateur golfers out there are tensing up and trying to conjure up their golf swing, make sure they get it right. They're not doing themselves any favors. We've got to stay loose in the downswing, allow for the whip effect to take place, almost like you're skimming a stone effortlessly. So taking the club, allow the arms, the wrists and the body just to stay relaxed for a moment, whipping the club on the way through. Then we're going to add this into the backswing, squatting down, pushing up, and then whipping through. So from the top of the swing, we're turning, squatting, pushing up and whipping the club through. We're not allowing this tension here to slow us down at all. I also offer in-person and online coaching. So if you're ever in the need of personalized feedback from a coach, then you can use the links in the description to find out more about my coaching and how I can help you improve your game further. To begin with, you can simply just hit a few shots and just see whereabouts you're hitting from the club face, whether it's on the toe side or heel side. I'm using the TrackMan IO here to measure this data. Now we'll be able to have a look and see where my strike location is. I'm just gonna hit a shot now, couple of shots, just speeding this up, and we'll have a look and see where my strike location is. So a few pulled there, a couple faded to the right. I'm going to take a look at the 5 shots I've just hit there. So I'm going to have location of impact on the right hand side of the screen, and we'll also have on the left hand side the shot itself. So shot number 1, fairly out the middle. Shot number 2, low heel. Shot number 3, out the middle. Shot number 4, touch out the heel. Shot number 5, a bit more out the heel. So you can see there I'm definitely favouring more hitting shots with the driver out the heel side of the club. And whether it's the toe or heel side that you're favouring, you're able to identify this. And that gives you the feedback you need to then get the strike closer to the middle. So for someone like me who's been hitting them ever so slightly more out the heel, you're going to place a head cover a couple of inches just past the golf ball on the right hand side of the golf ball from this side on view here. So what I'm going to do here now is hit a few shots, feeling those motions, still trying to whip the club, but simply avoid that head cover. So let's take a look and see if I can avoid the head cover and get better strikes from this. And that was already a much better shot. That definitely felt more out the middle of the club face. Interesting, ever so slightly out the bottom, but let's have a look at the club delivery. That was definitely more favouring out the toe side, which is great to see because I haven't hit the toe side of the driver just yet. So just for me, having that head cover there as a visual to avoid, I've already made a good swing, making those movements, but to avoid that head cover has forced me to get that strike closer to the middle. And we'll definitely take that result there. Nice little draw. I didn't hit that shot earlier at all. It was either that pull when I made centre contact or it was the push out to the right. If you're a heel striker of the ball, you want to be pulling the club inwards closer to you, so you're going to place the head cover on the right hand side. If you're a heel striker of the golf ball, placing it on the other side like so, and the feeling is from there pushing the club further away. And the data on the screen says it all. A smash factor of 1.48, the very best you can ever get with driver is 1.51. So very close there. So I've been able to make a decent swing at 118 miles an hour, but making very good contact with the golf ball. The smash factor basically is the combination of applying the speed and getting the centre strike with the club. So in this case, the driver. So we're getting that rotation, squatting down, whipping the club through, and we're just avoiding that head cover. So a little bit of a fade on that one, yep. So I probably hit that one a touch more out the heel. Smash factor being lower at 1.43. The carry was good, total was good, clubhead speed went up. And I didn't really set up the tee and ball close enough probably then to the head cover. So next time I'm going to move it a bit closer and then hit a shot from there. This video has been brought to you by GX Golf, who provide high quality golf clubs at a fraction of the price in comparison to their competitors on the market. You can use the code HARRY10 to get yourself 10% off. The link will be in the description below. So we've had a look at how we can apply more speed in the driver swing and still get that centered strike to help you finally hit the ball much further. But how can we control the flight even more so? How can we control the path and the club face angle with the irons and the woods? Well, this video right here is going to talk you through exactly that. Thanks for watching, and I'd highly recommend checking that one out, so I'll see you over there.